democracy is at risk. This is concerning because our voice, it's one of our basic rights to have our voices heard and vote. When an election is rigged, that means our voices are silent and and that's a violation of our rights. I'm credible to speak on this subject because I did a lot of research on it. The purpose of my speech is to convince you that the 2016 elections were rigged. First, I will talk about the possible way that it became rigged, well, one of the possible ways. Then I will talk about the Russian connection. Finally, I will talk about how easy it is to hack the polls. First, I'll talk about how voter fraud could have happened. During the 2016 elections, Donald Trump was pretty vocal about how he thought the elections were going to be rigged. So, what if they were not rigged against him, but rigged for him? It's just one of the messages that he said. And there was some people actually believed that it was rigged, so they would try to commit voter fraud and vote twice. This happened to a lady in Iowa. In an article titled, "Is this proof of voter fraud or election risk rigging, a user guide," it states, "Why did Roe commit the fraud? She's a Trump supporter and she was convinced that the polls are rigged and that her first vote would have been switched to Hillary. She was caught and arrested, but who knows how many other people actually believe that the whole system was rigged and they just tried and vote again." After talking about the possible cause of voter fraud, next I will talk about the Trump and Russia connection. During the 2016 election, Russian hackers hacked the Democratic leaders and leaked a bunch of stuff online that made them all look really bad. And this caused people to swing the other way, like, hey, don't trust the Democrats, I'm gonna vote Republican and all this stuff. This is concerning because, according to the Council of Foreign Relations, in an article titled "Russia, Trump, and 2016 U.S. Elections" by Jonathan Masters, several senior members of the Trump campaign, including Donald J. Trump Jr., Paul Manafort, Jared Kushner, Jeff Sessions, and Michael T. Flynn, have acknowledged meeting with Russian officials and links with the Kremlin in the months leading up to the election. After discussion, this is concerning because who knows what they could have set up and helped each other out. After discussing the Trump-Russian connection, I would like to move on to talk about how easy it is to hack the polls. CBS News did some coverage on this, an article titled "Hackers Demonstrate How Voting Machines Can Be Compromised," that for $15 and an in-depth knowledge of the card, you could hack it. Imagine how simple it is. You just have to have $15, maybe go to your local Best Buy, and then you just have a device now. You can easily hack the system and vote as many times as you want. Another problem with the system is that those machines are at least 10 years old and they have no encryption, so they're probably less secure than your own phones. After looking at how easy it is to hack them, I would like to wrap things up. First, I talked about the reason why fraud could have happened. Then I talked about the Russian connection, and then I talked about how easy it is to hack them. I think next. So my purpose of the speech was to hopefully get you guys to believe that the 2016 elections were rigged. And I'd like to leave you guys off with a quote by Tom Sawyer: "Voting is our right, but it is also our responsibility, because if we don't take the next step and elect leaders who are committed to building a better future for our kids. Our other rights, our right to have clean air, clean water, health and prosperity, are put at risk, put in harm's way. Thank you.